We'll be going over the capital expense worksheet, also known as Worksheet A in IRS Publication 502, which discusses medical and dental expenses that you can claim as itemized deductions on Schedule A of your tax return. So many taxpayers know that if you itemize deductions, you can claim certain medical expenses. Some of those expenses are fairly obvious. Some of them are less obvious. And one of the things that you can claim that may be less obvious would be certain capital expenses that you have to pay for special equipment installed in a home or for home improvements if their primary purpose is medical care for you, your spouse, or your dependent. Now, the cost of permanent improvements that may increase the value of your property may be partially included as a medical expense. However, the cost of the improvement is reduced by the increase in the value of your property. So basically, if you put in something that is a medical accommodation for your home, then you can take a tax deduction on that capital expense to the extent that it doesn't improve the market value of your home. In other words, if it's going to make your property more sellable, if it's going to increase the value of your property, you can't deduct that amount. However, as we get older, there are quite a few expenses that we do have to incur for medical accommodations that may not necessarily increase the saleability or the property value of your house. So the IRS gives a partial list of capital expenses that you may consider when you're trying to take a tax deduction. And again, if you take the standard deduction, this isn't going to help you a whole lot. However, this may help you if you either are trying to consider taking itemized deductions, or if you know that you are going to claim itemized deductions and you want to maximize that amount that you put on Schedule A. So here's a partial list. Constructing an entrance or exit ramps to and from your home, for like a wheelchair or limited mobility. Widening the doorways at entrances or exits to your home. Widening or otherwise modifying hallways and interior doorways. Installing railings, support bars, or other modifications to bathrooms. Lowering or modifying kitchen cabinets and equipment. Moving or modifying electrical outlets and fixtures. Installing porch lifts and other types of lifts. But the IRS instructions do state that elevators generally add value to the house, so be careful. Modifying alarm systems, smoke detectors, and other warning systems. Modifying stairways, adding handrails or grab bars, whether or not they're in the bathrooms, the IRS does not specify. Modifying hardware on doors, modifying areas in front of entrances or exit doorways, and then grading the ground on your property to provide access to the residence. So only reasonable costs to accommodate a home to your disabled condition would be considered medical care. Any additional costs for personal motives or aesthetic reasons are not considered to be medical expenses. So if you do believe that you have a capital expense that you would like to claim as an itemized deduction, the IRS provides this worksheet so that you can go through the calculation of determining how much you can put in. So it's a pretty straightforward 5-step form. So on line 1, let's just say that John Doe added $20,000 worth of medically necessary modifications to his house. So it was a combination of widening doorways and providing grab bars and building a ramp, all of those things for his dependent mother. Well, or for his wife. Let's just say that, make it simpler. So he spent $20,000. The first thing that we're going to do on line 2 is we're going to enter the value of the home immediately after the improvement. So John had an appraisal done. This was a home that he had just purchased, so they used the bank's appraisal. So sorry, in line 2, this is the value of the home immediately after the improvement. So in line 2, we're taking the new number. So after the improvement, his home value went up to $200,000. But right before that was the bank appraisal that said that the home was listed at 190. Now, the IRS does not give you very specific guidance on how you would recalculate the value of your home, but anyone that knows a real estate agent could probably ask for what's known as a comparative market analysis. And you could basically have some sort of professional estimate of what your home would be worth either before or after you make improvements. In many times, these modifications might not really be necessarily considered improvements to the home, so your home value may remain the same. So let's go ahead and just say that in this case, his home was $190,000 before the improvement, and then all of the stuff that was that they did basically bumped it up to $200,000. So in line 4, you're going to subtract the old value of the home from the new value. So line 3 from line 2, and we get $10,000. Now, if line 4 is greater than or equal to line 1, then you don't have any medical expenses due to that home improvement. And then you would just stop right here and not claim a deduction. However, if line 4 is less than line 1, and we spent $20,000 and we got $10,000 of improvement, so line 5 is going to direct us to subtract line 4 from line 1. So we had $20,000. We subtracted $10,000 because that improved the market value of the home. And this means that you have $10,000 of medical expenses because of that capital expense that John incurred in making his home or making improvements to his home for medical purposes. And then this would be considered a medical expense that you can put on Schedule A. So if you, we're going to put links to other resources that we've created about Schedule A in our show notes. So if you like our articles, feel free to, if you want to read the article on Schedule A, feel free to check it out. You can go to our website, teachmepersonalfinance.com, type in IRS Schedule A, and you should see our article. If you like our articles, please subscribe to our newsletter. If you like our videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, comments, or if there's a topic that you would like to see in an upcoming video, please hit me up in the comments section. Thank you very much and have a great day.